What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome along to episode number 45 of the F1 Ultimate Career Series, the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the last episode, make sure to go check that one out before you see this one. And as always, if you're new around here, then make sure to get subscribed for more future F1 content as the series continues on. So, round 10 then of the 2022 season takes us to Hungary, and it should be a very exciting race there for the first time since season 1. It's been a while since we've gone to the Hungaroring, but of course we have got our new rivalry to choose before the rest of the second half of the season. Of course, 7 more races left to go. Our opposite options being Hamilton and Perez. Hamilton, of course, our teammate. We had a rivalry with him before. We'll get revenge on him later on in the series. But for now, though, we'll pick Sergio Perez this time around. Obviously, lost to his teammate Max Verstappen, and we'll see if we can beat him this time around and get at least one of the Red Bull drivers this season. Of course, Red Bull, I think, have been our main opponents over the course of the campaign. Of course, upgrades to go on the car, resource points to spend as always. Look towards the chassis department, and we've got enough points for one more. We'll go towards the powertrain discounted major upgrade there. So that'll come in just after the Hungarian Grand Prix. The chassis one should come in just before this race. Not enough left to spend another one, so 4 upgrades coming in at this point, 3 of them in before today's episode gets underway, and 1 more coming for next episode in Belgium. There's our results as well as the R&D chart. Red Bull back on top. In terms of the power unit, the gearbox, going to make that definite change because we had some problems with the gearbox in Austria, but managed to hold on to that and still score a good result. And we'll keep the other 2 going as it is, the control electronics and the turbocharger. We lit the standings then by 5 points to Verstappen for the first time outright all season. Sainz 20 points back in 3rd place. He's got every chance. And the rivalry, there it is now in place. So starting between myself and Perez the next couple of rounds, and those take us up towards the last round in Abu Dhabi. So advancing time now and getting set for the race weekend to get underway. All our chassis upgrades will be coming through prior to the race itself. 2 of them will come through just fine, and the 3rd one comes through also without any issue. And of course, between the last Grand Prix and this one, we'll get some more resource points on the board, so some more spend. Perhaps one more upgrade if we're lucky in terms of the R&D chart. Now, McLaren have jumped us. They're only just in front of us, so we're actually now the 4th fastest car on the grid. But it's so close, obviously, so far this season that anyone, one of us, could be in with a chance to win races. And McLaren, I wouldn't put it past them to start challenging, but obviously Lando's built there all season. But our 2 major upgrades are on the board, 1 coming in for Belgium and 1 coming in for Zandvoort. Without doing it then in the team hub, it's time now to head to Hungary and get this race weekend underway. So here we go then, qualifying about to get underway here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and of course for the first time we enter a race weekend as the championship leader for the first time all season. Soft tyres on the car getting set, and the power unit is still there. Of course, it was the energy store, not the turbocharger that's having problems. I said turbocharger earlier, but the energy store all okay. On a VRS to go for 1 full qualifying lap, so we'll look potentially into changes for the next race. But on to our first lap then of the Hungaroring. Of course, that long run down to the first corner, very tight turn 1, of course, one DRS zone down the main straight and going into turn 1 and off of turn 1. We'll go way too deep there off our line, so poor start to the lap. But of course, a DRS zone is awaiting for us on corner exit out of turn 1 and going down towards the left-hander downhill, that is turn 2. So all the way around there, full 180 on our way down towards 3. So it's a strong start to the lap, except for that one mistake we made going through turn 1, which I imagine will cost us a 10th or 2 to make our way through up towards turn 5. Now one of the more difficult corners on the circuit. You take at such high speed because trying to avoid a penalty. 27.343 in our first sector, and now through turns 13 and 14 to complete our first lap of the session. Leclerc comes through 1 minute 16.6 on the board for the Ferrari driver. We come off the last corner and towards the line. We are 1 minute 17.5, so we are down again in qualifying. As we were in Austria, it's becoming a problem that's becoming more and more damaging to us over the course of a race weekend, because it means you have to try and make up places over the course of the Grand Prix instead of trying to fight for the win. But obviously the ultimate strategy has helped us massively with that recently. Accelerating time there down to P13 on the board, not at all where we want to be. But of course, just again how close this grid is, the fact that we could be setting a Mercedes 3rd, 4th fastest car on the grid and still be down here after our first lap in qualifying. But our second lap hopefully go a lot better here. So on to the second lap at the end of the session. Now 3.5 tenths up into the final sector and towards turns 13 and 14 for the last time. Braking nice and late then, trying to avoid spinning out on that apex on corner exit, and now towards 14, getting another 10th in that corner, into the last corner, a bit wide off our line there, going back to the inside, getting it right against that wall, and then darting out to the left hand side again to come across the line. Half-second improvement, and it will be P8 on the grid, so not fantastic there, but it could have been P13, it could have been a lot worse, so we'll take P8, and we'll hopefully try and move off during the course of the Grand Prix.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Norris, and Max Verstappen. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So Hamilton takes pole then, so I think that must be the first pole from all season. Norris lines up second, underlining McLaren's pace, and Max Verstappen, our championship opponent, lines up third. Let's try and at the very least try and catch him over the course of the race to limit any damage in terms of our points lead. But can we maintain that lead? It all comes down to what happens in this Hungarian Grand Prix.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Ricciardo, Cohen, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon, Joe, Bottas, Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, Gasly, Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Albon and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Now, Natalie Pinkham, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, trying to put pressure on or disrupt things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you've got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut whilst leaving the other out longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into making an error.
So here we go then, no more talking, time for action for the Hungarian Grand Prix, round 10 of the season, from 8th place on the grid, and we have a bit of work to do to try and hunt down the race leaders, and in particular, Max Verstappen, who of course we only hold that 5-point lead over in the standings. In terms of strategy, we'll go to the default one today. I think because we're as far back, the gun on the medium tyres with everyone else at the start will definitely help us, and hopefully that avoids us being stuck on the slower tyre over the course of the first stint. So that'll be crucial in terms of moving up through the order today, but now it's time for us to get this Grand Prix underway.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out.
So 4 cars then start on the soft tyre for this race, those cars being Perez, Ricciardo, Alonso and Zhou. So 4 cars around us who all be starting on stronger tyres to start this race, but everyone else, including ourselves, on the mediums in the first stint of this Hungarian Grand Prix.
So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong.
So here we go, they're lining up for the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix from 8th place and hoping the main objective in today's race is just to run down and catch Max Verstappen, at the very least finish behind him so we can try and limit the amount of points he gains us. It's only 5 points in this thing. It's awfully close right now, so we could end up losing the lead with a poor result today. But lining up now in our grid slot, Ricciardo alongside us in 7th. Of course, that McLaren's got pace this weekend, so we could be under pressure from those guys. And of course, Lando could be a threat to the race win if he can get around Lewis at the start. But of course, we're hoping to try and get some constructors points off of Hamilton as the last 2 cars, the 2 Williams cars, take their place to the back of the grid. We get set now for the lights to get this race underway. The Hungarian Grand Prix, round 10 of the season. Lights out, foot to the floor, and we are underway. Decent goes away from Hamilton in front, jumping in front to try and cover off Norris, going towards turn 1. Gingerly gets away from us as he head down towards that first corner. Might try and challenge a number of cars there, but Alpine's on our outside, going in towards that first corner, down the inside of 2 cars there, both Sainz and Ricciardo at turn 1, side by side with Max Verstappen on corner exit, stringing out Perez too, so it's a number of places off the start, and down towards turn 2 now we're up to P4 already, so a great getaway here. 4 places in place, just 2 corners, squeezing Verstappen towards the inside there, going towards turns 2 and 3. Jumping in front and taking P4 away from the Dutchman, so that's another place in our possession. So that's 4 places then in the opening sector. Hamilton leads away from a decent advantage to Norris. Sainz sits in 3rd place and push on to end lap number 2 now. DRS in play, and we're up to pace. Fastest lap is ours after the 2nd lap of this thing, and of course DRS being played going down the main straight and towards turn 2, but not for the lap or so. We're on the pace of Sainz right now, about 6 tenths behind him, but unfortunately that's about as close as we can get over the course of this first stint. So the majority of us spent chasing Sainz, but of course let's keep an eye on our power unit too over the course of this race. Both the energy store and the control electronics on 76%. So we've got some work to do to try and keep those from going away from us and obviously losing the power unit any point during this Grand Prix. But Verstappen's not done giving us pressure just yet. He's make our way down towards the last sector, in towards turn 12 on the right hand of Verstappen closing in. He's going to try to the inside, so we'll defend the inside and try and keep him at bay for the minute. Perez giving him support just behind. Of course, our teammate Hamilton is a long way up the road right now. He's had a fantastic getaway to this Grand Prix and is on perhaps for his first win of the season if he can keep going with this pace. But we'll keep Verstappen at bay for now. Of course, if we can keep in front of Verstappen, that's more places we'll get. That's more points rather we'll gain in the Drivers' Championship to try and increase our lead. But Sainz is pulling away though. We're almost out of DRS range of the Spaniard as he head back towards turn 1 for lap 4 and pushing on to lap number 8 of this thing. Yeah, lap number 8. Sainz is still there with us, but he's definitely a lot faster. Perez pitting behind us. Of course, he was on those soft tyres, but perhaps haven't gone too well for him because of course he has lost a place or two in the opening stint. So unfortunately for him, a lot of work to be done to try and get those places back, but not sure what tyre he'll go on to. Perhaps try a two-stop. On lap 16, Gasly takes the fastest lap away from us. So Gasly's mid-pack right now. Then he's on a fresh set of tyres. So hopefully for him, or our former teammate, will be a bit slower to try and get that back over the course of the race. But time now for our first pit stop of this Grand Prix, and we'll see now if we can close on the top 3 on those hard tyres. Here we go now into our pit box. Hard tyres going on. Try and jump in front of Verstappen, who pitted with us, and Leclerc coming in with us as well. Norris came into the pits in front, and Sainz and Hamilton both stayed out. So Norris obviously emerges ahead of us. He's been fantastic over the first stint of this Grand Prix. There's still half the race still to go. 2.2 second stops. So fantastic stuff from us at Mercedes. And of course, Verstappen and Leclerc a bit further behind now than they were when we came into the pit. There's Mick Schumacher on our left going towards turn 1. So he hasn't made his first stop yet. Still on those medium tyres, but he's still got pace in the looks things. Norris has got the road to himself going down towards turn 2. We've got him right on our tail with DRS to boot as well going into that second left-hander. And Verstappen has obviously emerged behind him. So if he can hopefully hold off Max for us, and that would do fantastically, at least until he makes his stop. But pushing away and pulling away now from the Haas and looking to try and chase down Norris and obviously Sainz and Hamilton when they make their stops. But pushing on though, Verstappen has got pace in this thing. He's making way onto the end of lap 17. He's getting closer and closer. He's about a second behind from us because he's passing Schumacher through the last corners as Schumacher comes into the pit. Sainz and Hamilton both pitting, and Norris is going to emerge in P2. So just in between those guys. Verstappen is a second behind us. He's got no Schumacher in front of him now. So on to lap number 19. He's within DRS range to get the fastest lap to boot. So that could be a scary sight to see our championship rival taking that bonus point. Obviously we're in front of him, so we're gaining points regardless, but that's one less point that we can get off him. On to lap 21 though, we've got Verstappen and Leclerc sitting right behind us. We've got to keep both cars away, going wide there through turn 11. Verstappen might try and come back at us now on the inside. Goes to the inside this time into turn 12. Made it to the inside, unlike earlier on in the race. We'll get a better drive off of turn 12 and keeping in front of him narrowly. With Sainz and Norris away up the road here, about 3.5-4 seconds up the road, and Hamilton still further in front of those guys. Coming into turn 14 now, of course, Verstappen will have DRS onto the main straight. We've gone wide though, off our line to that right hander. Verstappen will be right on our tail. We get to poor exit as we rejoin the racing line, and Leclerc may come at him now going towards turn 1. Leclerc to the outside behind us, going in towards that first corner. Verstappen's going to try and take us if he can get close now. If he goes to the inside though, Leclerc doesn't get a chance. Verstappen looking underneath in that first corner, shoving him, well not shoving him, but forcing him onto the curb a little bit. He runs wide a bit on corner exit, and we're going to pull in front and still maintain that place, but Verstappen's not done yet. He's going to try the outside into turn 2. Max Verstappen will not give up. He wants 4th place, wants to try and gain those points back in the standings. We'll give him the cold shoulder on corner exit and through turn 3, maintaining the place. Bit of run off the circuit there, but staying in P4 for now. Max will not let us go over the next 13 laps or so in this Grand Prix. On to lap 24 now. Sainz and Norris now is currently 6 seconds up the road, and Verstappen still gets pressure wide again, a lot wider on corner exit turn 13. Still at the inside for 14 though, keeping it on the circuit. Lucky to avoid a warning, so we lost time to give us a warning. But Leclerc now trying on the inside of Verstappen, going off the last corner, will fall away. Verstappen gets DRS once again onto that 25 here, nearing the last 10 laps of this thing, and going down towards turn 1. Going to defend the inside on Verstappen, who tries the outside going towards the right hander here, and on corner exit he'll get DRS once again. We force him out, and Leclerc has a chance on his inside now. Leclerc takes 5th place away from Verstappen, so a place change behind us. Leclerc has dispatched Verstappen, will now try and work on us, but let's have a look at the replay here. What happened with that overtake going towards turn 1? So Verstappen tries the outside then, and we squeeze him a little bit on corner exit. He goes wide off his line. Obviously, we run off the circuit a little bit, and Leclerc takes full advantage, goes steam up the inside, and takes that place away. So now he's the car hunting us on lap 27 of this thing. Wide again out of turn 1. Leclerc might take advantage of that, going towards turn 2. He pulls to the inside of the racetrack, can't defend there in time. Leclerc's got the preferred line going in, side by side with the Ferrari, and as we go to P5, there's Sergio Perez, 13 seconds back, but on medium tyres, which look to be strong. He's got the fastest lap off of Max, didn't even notice that. But of course, Leclerc is our main concern as we go up towards turn 4, the left hand onto the grass a little bit there, as they make way through, running wide, but staying alongside Leclerc. Again, no warning, getting very lucky with track limits so far in this race. Through turn 5 now, Leclerc going back and forth on his wheel there, running out of room through the right-hander. Looks like full advantage of that. Go diving at the inside for the chicane of turn 6 and take P4 back from Leclerc. He gets poor exit, obviously holds back Verstappen too. So for now though, we're holding on against these guys. It's a solid defense, but I wonder how long we keep it up. Obviously the energy store is running low and the control electronics can be a problem too. That could conk out at any stage of this thing. As they make way through, Alonso, speaking of conking out, is retired from the race. So our first retiree on lap 28 of this thing. What's happened to the Alpine of Alonso? Of course, former winner here at Hungary. So coming out of turn 14, things look all okay. He's chasing Daniel Ricciardo for position and coming down towards turn 1 again, making his way through. A bit of smoke there, a lot of smoke pouring from the back of that Alpine, and that puff of smoke tells you all you need to know. That's the telltale sign of a retirement. There goes Schumacher, and he's got to cut across Alonso, who pulls off his line going towards turn 1. A bit dangerous there, and not at all like the Spaniard in the slightest. But going out turn 1, Alonso sees the opportunity to pull out as Yuki Tsunoda makes his way past. So Alonso is out, unfortunately. So one retirement in this race, and it's a shame because Alpine run for good points here. One again at the end of lap number 28, and they've got 7 more laps to go in this thing, and Norris is challenging Hamilton up front. So of course Lewis is on course for the win unless Norris or Sainz can stop him, and Leclerc is intent on stopping us, trying to take that place and P4 back. Verstappen to the inside, going to make it 3 wide towards turn 1 with our 2 main opponents, our strongest opponents. Verstappen makes a bit of contact going through turn 1, runs up to our right hand side, and will make the move on corner exit, keep in front of him. But Verstappen now back in P5 and looking to try and hunt us down. Perez is getting closer and closer still at this point in the Grand Prix, and the more we fight, the closer he gets as well. On to the end of number 29 now. Verstappen might try again going to turn 12. We're safe for now, but up front the lead is on. Hamilton keeping Norris and Sainz at bay here. Both cars got a chance to try and upend our teammate and win this race. But in particular, Norris has been strong as it is this season, and McLaren now being a decent team. He's on the inside trying to take the race lead, looking for his first career win in Formula 1. Hamilton's there on his outside going through turn 1. We can see who emerges in front here. They're side by side, but Lewis has the preferred line going into turn 2, and the 7-time world champion should emerge from the corner in front. There he goes there. Look, Norris has got the poor line, and Hamilton around the outside on corner exit maintains the place. Fantastic driving from our teammate, who's on to try and claim the first winners from Mercedes that's not us this season. Norris is still held at bay behind him. Yellow flag in turn 11. What's that for? Looks like one of the Williams cars who's got a problem of some kind. Verstappen is still right behind him, thinking there's constant pressure. Latifi is out of the race for the second race running. Nicholas Latifi finds the end of his Grand Prix early, coming out, going into the last sector here. He's in front of his teammate Alexander Albon here, but a problem in front means that Albon goes ahead, and Latifi unfortunately has to pull the car over. Retired in the sprint race in Austria, retired in Austria in the Grand Prix, and now is out of the Hungarian Grand Prix too. It's not going well for Latifi at all here. On to lap 32, a few more laps to go in this thing. Verstappen is right on our tail, pulls to the inside, going towards the chicane of turn 6. Contact, he hits us going through. We're going to try and avoid him on corner exit of turn 7 and keep him in front of him narrowly. And there is Sergio Perez right behind all of us, so could try and upend us all and take P4 away at maximum. But crucially, as long as you keep Verstappen away from us, that's all we need. On to lap 33 now. Verstappen may try again. He can try the outside, going to defend the inside going into turn 2. Verstappen breaks quite late there, sees the chance on the outside, tries to go for it. These four side by side will once again force him onto the poorer line, and on corner exit on the outside. That's the outside the place to be when fighting someone in turn 3. So the place is ours, and Leclerc might try and take him too, going towards turn 4. Leclerc gets in front, holds up Perez as well, and that might be what we need to try and pull away there. Warning light, but not. I think it seems okay. Control electronics to 81%, so he's getting close to being conked out. But up front, a few laps later, Lewis Hamilton's coming through to take the checkered flag. One more corner to go for our compatriot and our teammate, who's on course to try and score his first win of the season. He'll do just that and keep his win streak throughout his entire career alive. Lewis Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Norris came so close, finishes second. Sainz comes home in third to try and close on myself and Verstappen, but Leclerc is holding Verstappen at bay right now, going to emerge from the last corner and jump towards the line to take P4 in this thing, so only just managing to hold those 3 cars off. I was very scared that Perez would try and come at us in the late stages, but of course, as long as he finished in front of Verstappen, that was the key goal today, and as a result, we extend our lead in the Drivers' Championship by just that little bit, and those points could be crucial come the end of the season in Abu Dhabi. But that was a very enjoyable race, despite our win streak coming to an end.
And a fantastic win for Mercedes. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So Hamilton then finally reaches the top step of the podium. Norris finishes in second, again so guttingly close to his first race win in Formula 1, but that wait will continue. And Carlos Sainz finishes third. It's been a while since he's taken victory, but it's good to see him back on the podium again. And of course, that'll make the three-way fight between him, Verstappen and myself a lot closer as we reach just 6 more rounds to go in this season. Belgium next time out. We're looking to try and get revenge for our DNF there last season after fighting Verstappen for the victory in 2021. But have a look now at the results of the top 10. And of course, we'll see how the Drivers' Championship has changed and how much we extended our lead by following that very enjoyable race.
So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Cohen increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Daniel Ricciardo would be my driver of the day. He just outright refused to make any mistakes. Perfect driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula 1. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula 1 action very soon.
Off the podium then, we finish in 4th place, first car off the podium in P4. Leclerc takes P5 and beats Verstappen only just, who finishes 6th. Perez 7th, fantastic charge from him, fastest lap to boot. Ricciardo 8th, Magnussen 9th, and Esteban Ocon takes the final point for Alpine after Alonso obviously retired from that Grand Prix. In terms of the championship then, we can increase our lead to 9 points now over Verstappen, but Sainz finished in front of both of us and now sits 17 points back. Hamilton still in 6th place after the victory, but just 5 points back from Perez and 7 off of Leclerc. So the fight for P4 is very much on in terms of the bottom 3 of our top 3 teams. And the championship in the Constructors, Mercedes, thanks to his victory and us finishing P4, we lead the way now in the standings. So great stuff there. Can we try and defend that lead? 10 points covering the top 3 teams. It's going to be a very entertaining last 6 episodes. But guys, that'll do it for the F1 Ultimate Career Series today. Hope you did enjoy it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you are new. And to my next video, have a fantastic day. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.